are experiencing the pressures of the current moment. But I don't know about you, I'm hearing from my clients that they're experiencing a feeling of numbness, disconnection, amidst all the changes that are happening, particularly in the last, let's say, 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, but in general in the season. And sometimes the way they experience it is even trauma. So, how might trauma be showing up for people right now, and what's important for us as leaders to understand about it?
Absolutely. So, first off, just to clarify, I am not a therapist. I don't diagnose, I don't treat, but what I am is trauma informed. So, what that means is I'm trained to have a deeper awareness of the different types of trauma, how they might show up, and how they might impact someone. So, with that being said, let's talk about trauma. There's many different kinds of trauma, and not all types emerge as a response to a singular event. In fact, it's quite common for trauma to manifest from exposure to environments of ongoing uncertainty and rapid change. And right now, there are lots of sentiments in our society. There's a mix of people who are happy and optimistic and are thriving in this moment, and there are others who are, really struggling to cope with just how to best navigate this new ambiguity. And for these folks, there's often a sense that the future they envisioned has been cut short. This perspective makes it seem as if, making long-term plans or the long-term plans they had hoped for are no longer achievable. The rest of their life will be devoid of purpose and fulfillment. So if this resonates with you, you're not alone. I want to reassure you of that. It's more common than you think, and there's a name for it. It's called the feeling of a foreshortened future. And it's when extended periods of uncertainty and volatility start to shift a person's perspective into feeling like anything good that was meant to happen to them has already occurred and there's nothing to look forward to. So, what this might look like, how it could show up, someone who maybe previously was very enthusiastic, a high performer, might seem noticeably more disengaged. They may seem more preoccupied more often, not totally present. There may be a decline in quality or volume of their output, difficulty articulating and setting long term goals. All of this is happening because the feeling of a foreshortened future impacts brain functioning. So, what does this mean? It means that our amygdala, which is a part of our primitive brain that is responsible for scanning our environment for threats, that goes into hyperdrive. And as a result of that stress, functioning of our prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for rational thought, gets suppressed. So the default mindset shifts into one of survival mode. And so much energy is being consumed just trying to get through the day that there's no energy left to contemplate what their future could look like or how to move towards it. So the idea of even having one feels very distant and unrealistic.